Okay. Elsie Baidoo. I am a teacher. I teach French, and I've been teaching for a couple of years. I think 3 to 4 now. Yeah.
Thank you. So our first question will be, can you take us back? What was the first day in your classroom like? The first time you stepped your foot into the classroom, how was it like?
My first, let me put it that way, unexpected because everything I imagined would happen in the classroom didn't go that way. I saw people crying, others bullying their friends, others shouting, some playing. It was really unexpected because I was actually thinking I'll meet a class but quiet students and everyone was anticipating to see their teacher, but it was really unexpected. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's so typical of children in the classroom. So it's so obvious. And our next question will be, what were your big fear or worries before stepping into the classroom?
Actually, I had none until I got the door leading to the class. Because outside the door, I could hear some people shouting, others laugh. Are these children going to cooperate with me? Are they ready for me?
Yes.
Because children playing and happy around this time. Hello, don't come and disturb us with your teaching because it's our time to play. So
They're not
yeah, I was
ready.
wondering if they were going to cooperate with me. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good answer. It's so obvious to expect that. And the next one is, did anything unexpected or funny happen that day? Did something happen?
A whole lot happened that day because at a point in time after I introduced myself as their new teacher, I could see the eyes. The children were looking at me from every angles of their eyes because whoa, we came to school today and then we are happy there's no teacher and then you just enter the class. You are going to teach us. And then at a point in time, the older ones in the classroom could figure out that I had nothing to do because I was confused and they started laughing. So I had to join them to laugh. And then later, when I saw that it was me they were laughing at, it was a whole lot. It was a whole lot. Yes. So a lot of things happened when I got to the classroom that day.
So this relates to the follow-up question. How did the students respond to you as a new teacher? Because I know we've all been students before, and when there's no
Yeah,
teacher in the class, we are happy. So all of a sudden, when a new teacher comes in,
yeah,
I know how it feels. When yeah. So how
yeah,
did the, how did the children, the students react upon seeing you as a
yeah.
new teacher?
Children can sometimes be mischievous. So some of them became composed, really composed. Okay, let's see what she has for us. And then others too were like, no, she's about to disturb us. But the younger ones, for them, they continue with their crying and the whole lot. So I had to divide them into two. And then later, I could see that what I did, it helped them to cooperate with me because I remember when I divided them, the older ones we started singing, doing these rhymes and all things. They joined us, and I saw the little ones also clapping and jumping.
Yeah.
So a little while, they started to cooperate, and then I had a very nice day from that period ongoing in the classroom.
Okay. And so, what was the first lesson you taught? The first lesson you had with them,
Actually,
if you can remember.
I couldn't do I couldn't do a lesson because it was a mixed class joined with children from age 2 to 7.
Okay.
And then they were just added there together. So I couldn't do a class. So it
Yeah.
was up to me to divide them into their various classes, make sure they could cooperate with me on that first day, and then the day after we could start our lessons. Yes. So it was that way.
That's awesome. I know the feeling, I know how it feels. And our last question on this segment is, and if you could give an advice to yourself, on the first day in the classroom, like what would you have done different?
Well, if I should give myself an advice, it would be like I shouldn't have judged the class by what I saw or what I was welcome with. Because later during my stay in the school and the class, I realized a whole lot with these kids. There were some that I could relate with them, even at my age as an adult. I could relate with them. Some of them had a little bit problems here and there,
Yeah,
but I could relate. Yeah. So advising myself, I think I should have really waited for it, not to no, this shouldn't from the way they are behaving, today is not
yeah.
going to be a good day. No. Shouldn't have done that. But I should rather anticipate what would have
What's
happened
going to
in
happen?
the
Yeah,
classroom.
I think that is
Yes.
a good one. Yeah. Well, sometimes what you said is so true. Sometimes you start to anticipate or have an idea of what is going to happen, but when you get
Yeah.
into the classroom, it will be rather the opposite of
It's a
what you were
whole
thinking.
different thing.
Yeah. So
Yes.
mostly
Yes.
it's best for you to go with an open mind. So whatever happens, then you just put your way in. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome
Instead of
everything. Yeah.
yeah
Yes.
instead of
And then you can do that better when you are prepared to wait for them. Yes.
exactly.
When you
So
are prepared
preparation
for them,
beats all those
everything will
kind of
come along with
yeah yeah.
you.
Okay, so thank you. So now let's move to our second segment. You know, finding one of the students being how do you put sorry, so student being memorable. Any of the student across your period of teaching, any student that has been or has given a memory not to forget. So let's jump to that segment.
Yes.
Yeah,
A lot of kids. Because at first I was doing the people teaching, that was one teacher in a whole class and then taking all of them. And
yeah,
then I later moved to the lower, that's the preschool, that's the KG. I had this student that when I got to the class, I thought already knew everything because most of them could write, most of them could speak the English. So I was like, hello, what are we doing in KG? Let's just have fun, learn what we have to do, and then move on. But one day I gave an assignment and then I didn't like the feedback. So I had to go back and then address the issue. So I decided to start writing all over again,
yeah. Okay.
taking it as none of them knew how to write. Yes. So during the process, I realized that I had these two students who couldn't write. It wasn't that they couldn't write, but they end up turning the alphabet into different positions and then giving different names to others, like calling R a D and then calling P a B. Yes, you see those three letters B, D, and P. They were turning them.
They
And
look
then there was
familiar.
this
So
one who couldn't write the alphabet at all. So I had to start. At first, I resorted to beating them because I saw it as they could do it, and then yes,
they are
and
just
then
playing.
they. But later, I was like, no, it's not that they could do it, but they don't know how to do it. So then I have to address the issue. So I tried using a marker board and then a formica, a marker board and then a marker. It didn't work. I tried using a slate and a chalk. It didn't work. I tried using sand. It didn't work.
You know
So
what?
I was like, "Woo! These children were going to give me a tough time in this classroom because I had about 45 students, and then all the attention was on YouTube."